this item is L502 and it's the Find Memory Care memory box. And I've absolutely seen these in so many care environments, it's incredible. And I'm really privileged to be joined by Anthony Cockcroft to tell us how this came about and all about this item. So Anthony, welcome to the item, and this is a really interesting item. So can you tell us about it, please?
Thanks, Glenn. This is one of our longest items in manufacture. We've been producing this for, crikey, 12, 15 years now. We must have made hundreds of thousands of these. They are literally all over. They are in care facilities in the UK, in the Netherlands, in America. They are all over. And there's a reason for it. We've come up with something that works really well. And the story of the memory box is such that it's designed for placing things in there. It's a really simple idea, placing things in there that will tell you a little bit about me. So it helps me remember who I am, and it also it helps you as a carer discover something about me. So in this instance, clearly not mine because it's talking about ration books, although I could be partial to a drumstick lolly. It'll tell you something about me. It's a story. It gives you the opportunity to discover and learn more about that person. It's also interactive. It's very simple. It's not high tech, it's not low tech, it's no tech. It's something that's there that the family can bring along. You may find a photograph in the back of a cupboard somewhere. When, as many people know, when they go and visit a relative in a care facility, they can run out of things to say. So they find a picture, they go along and they say, look, do you remember this? And it'll be a picture of me on the beach in Blackpool and riding a donkey, and there'll be something that happened, and 9 out of 10 times the person will remember every detail about that trip to the seaside and what's happened, and you can place it in there, and then they remember it. You come along as the carer, tell me about this picture, what's this, and they will tell you all about the picture and the day that happened, the same thing. So we've created it. It's really simple. On the back, the material will allow you to stick something on with Velcro. The front cover just lifts up and lifts out, slides out like so, but when it's put back into place, it's not something that you can find to tamper with. It's not obvious that the opening is there. So it's not tamper proof, but there's no opening there to discover. So it makes it really easy to use. You can go in, you can stick your bits in there, and it helps build a relationship.
Is this the only type that you do?
We produce this in a couple of different materials, and they are in different sizes as well, but this is our most commonly sold unit. The size of this doesn't protrude out too far into a corridor, into a room, so it takes up very little space. Some people like to put them outside the room, some people like to put them inside the room. You can put them pretty much wherever you want. They're also great for somebody in their own home as well, just to have a conversation, just to remind people of who they are and have that conversation.
Well, the Find Memory Box, it's something that has been used in the industry and will continue to be used because it's the right thing for the people who have dementia. Now, conversation is so important when we're working with or supporting people with dementia. Being a dementia interpreter, I always look at how we can start those conversations, and this gives us the ability to have items on display that tell people about the person. A great way to start a conversation, a great tool to be able to identify the person and be able to identify what they love. So item number L502, the Find Memory Care memory box, is absolutely fantastic for care environments, for nursing environments, maybe not for hospitals per se, but there may be waiting rooms, there may be areas where we could put this in. This is available now, can be delivered to your door within the next week. Buy it on the item.